but I don't think we all. I mean, you guys all predicted Southampton, and they're all stuck. Aiden said that Southampton would go down. We're the only team stuck in this for real. Well, I'm just coming to the realization that they may actually be stuck, and it's saddening as the second club I do like on the south coast. But they'll come back better. They're gonna lose a lot of players like Lavia, Ward Prowse, Kamal Dean. They also might lose Charlie Alcaraz and also Salisu. So let's just hope that.
I mean,
Hmm.
I'm sorry for interjecting, but I mean, they can acquire other talent. We know there's a YouTuber Mini Minter, there's YouTuber Chris MD.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of them that they can actually sign. You know, I'm joking.
Wow.
But I don't. Speaking on loyalty, right? I don't think James Ward-Prowse leaves unless Southampton is the one that wants him to leave. Right? There's no chance I think any club is getting James Ward-Prowse for under 40 or 50 million, right? Although I don't believe he's worth half of that, right? I don't see any club being willing to pay that for a championship player. You get?
Mm-hmm.
If he does leave, because from what I've seen, he is loyal because he has had chances to leave in the past and he's opted to stay. From what I see, his loyalty is on another level. His loyalty and his ability to stay in the team and to lead the team is on another level. Without him, Southampton aren't who they are. Maybe you could say that the others will leave, but I think he stays. Unless a big money offer comes in, he stays.
Well, we're gonna have to double check with that. The transfer window is coming up. It's literally tomorrow. Is literally May, so we're gonna have to get on our devices and get in contact with who we need to speak to. But that's for another show. Last point before I actually turn over to you. I was actually going to. I didn't. This wasn't planned, right? I wasn't going to talk about this. I was going to focus on something else, like a fan protest. But I'm telling you, man, we as Jamaicans, I cannot give the Jamaican Premier League another chance. I was watching Falkland versus Veer before I came on. It's absolute rubbish. I mean, it's 1-1 right now. The play is slow. Like in defense, do you ever remember when we were in primary school or in first form in high school, and defending was kicking the ball down there and staying back? That's literally what I was seeing in the whole game. Like no one has any fitness, techniques off, there's no build up. It's just side, long ball, that's it. I mean, man, and then I don't know, man. Have you even watched any games this year? I know you do Waterhouse.
No, I haven't really and truly. Waterhouse, maybe I've seen 1 and 2 games, but it's not necessarily safe to travel to that area right now. For those wondering, so I haven't really been to the games, but no, to be completely honest with you, I've not been watching the Jamaican Premier League. How do I say this? The quality of the fields, the lack of proper facilities, stadium facilities, the lack of incentive for the players makes this league obsolete. It actually surprises me that Jamaica is indeed the best footballing nation in the Caribbean. Maybe being challenged by Trinidad and Tobago and Haiti. Yes, I said that right. Haiti, they're absolute ballers. The JPL has been tragic, to be honest, and I think I don't want to only blame it on COVID because we all know the number one thing to do nowadays whenever there's something wrong not going your way is to blame it on COVID. But I genuinely do believe that COVID has hampered the quality and the ability of the players to play competitively. We know the JPL went on a break for about 2 years as a result of it, and in those 2 years the players really weren't training. The players really weren't getting any money from sponsorships. They weren't really getting paid because, as you know, it's very difficult to fund a club in a country like Jamaica. So I think the incentive that the players once had is gone now. Like anything and anyone can become a player. And I know that those two teams aren't historically the best. They're not really up there in the top, maybe not even in the top 15 in the whole hierarchical table. But to play in the JPL at that level is actually criminal.
Yeah, man. And listen, I was saying it, the fields are maybe, and then I remembered, I watched some games abroad. I've watched in the Eredivisie at MM and those teams like that. Their fields aren't really that much better. I've seen Brentford. It was early in the season before they redeveloped it, fixed it. It wasn't really that better. For me, it's all gonna come down to the technique. I mean, you can train on dirt, and we've seen that. Sadio Mane, as you affectionately love to bring up, he trained on dirt, but you would not know it when you see him play on grass because it's so effortless. It's all down to your technique. If the players can't work on their own techniques, I know they're just doing the basic primary school, run to that cone, come back, run to the further cone and come back, and then just dribble through them. That's all they're doing. They're not really working on technique. The Chapelton manager, I really don't know his name. He's Brazilian. People thought he was the next Simoes. Fucking idiots. He said the players just, they don't listen to the instructions. They're not carrying it out in training, and you're not getting anything better than this. He's not afraid to say it because he won't get fired based on the team he's at. But man, I'm telling yourself, we need to quickly get our coaching degrees and change this league for the better. I don't care if it's a 2-team league, but we're gonna have to change this league, man. If it's 2 teams every year, then everybody's gonna have to try and compete. I know they don't want to let left in the dust, because I'm telling you, I'm not staying here if it turns into a 2-team league.
Yeah, that's the thing. He isn't the first one to come out and say that Jamaican players in the league do not listen to instructions. I believe Jerome Waite, the former manager of our school as well, did come out and say that the players lack discipline, and the core foundations of discipline and accountability are null and void in the Premier League. And as a result of that, quality and the league itself suffer. No one wants to invest in not profitable. And right now, should I make this joke? Yeah, I'm gonna make it because I'm that person. Right now, the JPL is just like women's football. People want to hype it up, but it's just not enough, and it's not getting any profit. And really, it probably should be revamped on a whole new level. Maybe invite sponsors from overseas, make it more lucrative. Build proper training facilities and the proper training grounds, proper stadiums. And I think that once you start to do that, maybe it gets better.
Listen.
The JFF should commit money. The league should try to raise money some way or another. I know you don't want it to look like you're struggling as a business. No one wants to look like you're struggling, but at this point in time, you have to do it, or else the business is going to fail.
Yeah, man, but listen, man, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, that women's football joke, that's actually maybe too generous. That's actually maybe too generous. Because I've seen women's teams like Chelsea, Man City, Barcelona, Man United would wipe the floor with these guys. So, I'm not sure about that. But, we do get, look, with the money we get from FIFA, I think we get about 10 million US from FIFA. I think it's per year. So I don't know what they do with that money, especially if there's a cap limit. But listen, that's enough for now. We're going to get back to you in the Savage Slaughterhouse instead. We'll be back after a quick short break. And Savage will take over.
Jeezy Sports, tune in for the offline tour. Like and subscribe some more. with Jackson, Brian, and Ram, the savage. Me talk about GZ Sports. Tune in for the offline tour. Like and subscribe.
Welcome again, guys, to the GZ Sports Transfer Roundup, aka the Savage Slaughterhouse, with your host, Randy Savage, accompanied by a certain Mr. Jackson. Brian Jackson, how are you doing today, man?
Hey, we're here. Everything, still watching and everything.
Alright, fair enough. He's a man of simple words. Seemingly, just as how Barcelona is a team with little money. Zaniolo, his agent revealed today that he was on the cards of Barcelona. Terms agreed, everything agreed. However, Barcelona, with their financial troubles, could not sign him. Now, I think this is very interesting, right? Because Nicola Zaniolo, the type of player he is, surely Barcelona could have gotten money for him. I mean, Javier Tebas is really giving them a difficult time in La Liga as it relates to the procurement of funds. But don't you think it should have been possible for them to get a player with that valuation is about 45 to 60 million?
I mean, the club of the caliber of Barcelona, yes, but this Barcelona nowadays, hell no. God no. The amount of levers they pull, you think they were running a slot machine. Zaniolo should have gone to Bournemouth when he had the chance. Right now it looks like a great move. Right now it actually does. He didn't want to go to Bournemouth, so he stayed. Bournemouth offered the money, Roma got the money, and he just decided not to go. He didn't want to go to Galatasaray either, and the problem now is that he's got no club. He can't stay at Roma, and they don't want to loan him, they want him gone completely. Barcelona, yeah, they would like him, but they're focusing everything on Messi. So that's a problem. I don't know where Zaniolo is going to go. Maybe he's going to have to join Bournemouth after all. They got new money with Michael B. Jordan. But yeah, from where Barcelona were, even now, I don't think they can afford. They have to restructure a lot of contracts. I think Alba is up to make about 30 million next year, unless it's restructured or cancelled. So they have to do that before they can even think about signing players with their financial issues right now.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying, man. It's just genuinely bizarre how Barcelona have allowed their club to fall, to be honest. It's sad. It's sad, to be honest. But at the same time, maybe Barcelona can sort it out in the next 5 years. Maybe they can save the club. Maybe they can. Maybe with the reintroduction of a certain Lionel Messi, they could actually save the club because of sponsorship deals and the fact that the new camp will be sold out basically every day again. Shirt sales, TV rights, all of that. I think it'll work. But moving on from them and to a certain player, and I talked about it earlier in the program today, Sadio Mane. He is set to leave Bayern Munich at the end of the season. Apparently it's not really working out. A lot of things aren't working out at Bayern right now. And Mane, unfortunately, is just another example of the collateral Jackson. Where do you see Mane ending up, considering that he'll leave? He won't be too expensive for most clubs to procure. Maybe a 67 million valuation fee, perhaps even in the 50s, who knows? Where do you see him going? And if it's the case, do you think Manchester United could actually sign him up?
Well. Sadio Mane. I am actually speechless. Chelsea are interested, but I tell anybody to stay clear of them right now. He could make a return to Liverpool. They are lacking in the forward line. I know Salah scored a lot of goals, but early in the season it was not like this, and there were many chances that were missed that Mane could have finished. I don't think he would play for another Premier League club anyway. I think it would be somewhere else. I don't know of a French club interested. What I do understand is that to have a bargaining chip over getting Victor Osimhen, they may go ahead and add him in a deal with Napoli. Now the problem with that, I think it's just the wages. But if Mane, if they're really pushing Mane out, and he is okay with going because of what happened, then there should be no issues there.